think Americans would make a freaking perfect enemy. And so, for what they're doing in the world right now and all that. And so, basically, for the three factions, Americans are basically like the noble people, which strength lies in aircraft and infantry. The Soviets are uncontested on land, late game land, and late game naval. Japanese are a very versatile team where they can just rely on their transformation abilities and their special abilities. Every unit actually has a special ability in Red Alert 3, which adds a whole new dimension to the game and to the level of strategy. So the Japanese they have a few units that will actually give them dominion over everything. So they're kind of like, while the other guys are super good at one thing and mediocre at the rest, the Japanese are okay at everything. Like, for example, there's, I'd say about 3 units I could point out. There's the Japanese have a simple first unit vehicle you get called a Mechatengu, which is a little small mech that hovers so it can go over water, but can also turn into a jet to get anti-air capabilities and cruise around really fast, and then turn back into a little mech form and basically blow the crap out of stuff on the ground or the air. And it has, little anti-infantry beams, so it wouldn't be very good at taking down a base, although I usually build up about 40 or 50 of them, which is a great thing because Red Alert 3 has no unit cap, so you just keep building crap till your console or computer freezes. And so then you have, that's like basically one transforming thing, which can go across air, land, and water, which is very versatile. And then there's also another thing called a Sea Wing, which is a ship that is submerged in the water, will rise to the surface to fire at aircraft, but can also turn into an aircraft and then attack ground. So it's like a perfect thing for ambushes. And then you get to the pinnacle of the Japanese team, these awesome battle mechs called King Onis, which are huge, so they can crush infantry and even small tanks. And their weapon is mostly anti-armor, so they won't be terribly good against infantry, although they can squash them easily enough. And they can also take down structures very swiftly by using their special ability, which is essentially they football tackle a target, crushing anything in their way. And so that's basically like 3 units that are very versatile that can kind of roll into fitting the role of anything. And then so I know I kind of elaborated mostly on the Japanese there, but that essentially covers the factions. And so yeah, I don't really have a whole lot else to talk about. Well, in Red Alert 3, oh yeah, and Red Alert 3, probably the most awesome thing about Red Alert 3 is its co-op ability. I mean, how often do you see an RTS with co-op? It's awesome. On consoles, or you can team up with a buddy over the internet on computer. You can have a co-op buddy for every mission and on skirmishes. And if you don't have someone to play with, you will have a AI-assisted buddy, which is really cool. And you can sort of order them around, tell them what to do, while they kind of manage themselves. And so basically that adds a whole new dimension. You can really collaborate with your friends or your computer-assisted ally and plan what you want to do and really coordinate yourselves to have a double devastating attack or a double defensive, strategy. So it's basically, it's not like if you take RTSs that are played online, like say StarCraft, it's a game that's been going for 13 years, but its online community is still very active. It's, players play together a lot on sort of the top versus bottom mode, but they don't really collaborate as well. The most thing of cooperativeness I see is either them agreeing to rush a guy together or, attack some guy together. And that's not really what you're going for. In Red Alert 3, they just nailed it. They hit the nail dead on, and they just, it's really 2 minds working together, where you can just totally meld together into a really effective strategy that can bulldoze anyone. And also, if you think about it, I've played the campaign solely, and so I've had a pretty easy time but I've played on easy, so if you want, guys who want to challenge, you're probably going to want to play on the harder difficulties of the campaign. And so just to think that if you could have a AI guy to, take a, not AI guy, but a real buddy to help you do like half the tasks, you could really bulldoze your enemy and get a lot of satisfaction out of that, which is really cool. And I really respect EALA to kind of going on a limb. They've been a very adventurous company with the co-op and the naval gameplay, which, they kind of, I really respect them for that, because a lot of companies tend to go, we might mess up and people might make fun of us, so let's just not do it. Let's just hope we're okay with what we have and, just go with it. But ELA was just like, screw you guys, we're doing what we want. So they were just really awesome with going out on a limb and reaching out for the prize and grabbing it. And then so that basically wraps up what I gotta say. And so basically, Red Alert 3's got an awesome soundtrack, awesome gameplay, and a star-studded cast for its online cinematics. So essentially, if you're a fan of any sort of RTS games, and you kind of like the action genre, or if you've played any of the Red Alerts before and you've liked them, Red Alert 3's for you, so get up and go get it. This is episode 4 of Wiikspeak, and to all you guys listening, have a good one.